Hello everyone, this is Phi. Today I'm checking out Gerty.
We've received a distress call from one of our remote mining colonies. Despite its appearance, the planet is crucial to our operations. Our underground facilities specialize in mining an indispensable, high-energy resource. That resource flow has now stopped due to a recent attack from aliens. Mining operations have been compromised. Although the facilities have been secured, the mines remain under alien control. Our teleportation network survived the attack largely intact. Use the teleporters to find the source of this attack and eliminate it. Good luck.
Alright, so that was interesting. I've not seen this before. Haven't seen anything of this game before. Apparently some kind of a roguelite with twin stick style controls, but that's about all I know about it, so we're gonna give this a playtest. It seems like it's looking pretty polished so far. It's got some nice cinematic elements and such. Thank you for downloading the demo version of Gerty. This demo allows you to play the first 4 procedural and replayable stages with the commando character as many times as you want. Full game features 4 characters, 2 worlds with 6 stages each, 2 intense boss fight stages, 40 items, 40 challenges, over 40 enemies to fight. Okay. Alright, so this is a demo, but again, the game is in development, so we're going to give this a playtest, see if we can give some useful feedback. Go ahead and check out the options. Indicators, cooldown, smooth camera follow, English, full screen, borderless window is on. Is it really? I don't think it is. No, because when I hit the Windows key, it takes me out of the game, I think. Oh, maybe you have to have this off to set this on or something? I don't know. Yes, I'm not sure if that was the default saying it was on was correct. Which I'm gonna try. Alright, yeah, so now it's not bringing me out of the game when I press the Windows key, so I think... I don't know. When full screen is on, it takes me out of the game when I hit Windows key, so... VSync is off. Anti-aliasing is off. Interesting. I'm gonna try 8x, see what happens there. Interesting models here. We got co-op single player tutorial. Let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial here. Alright, so we have 2D graphics. Welcome to the tutorial. This is your character. Before you go off fighting for real, let's make sure you know the basics. C to continue. WASD, use is E. Check out the controls on the right. You dig automatically when you walk against ice and rock. Dig 9 terrain tiles to continue. Oh, okay, so this is ice. Aim with this, fire, take out this enemy with your pistol. Nice, oh, there's a red barrier of some sort here. So this digging mechanic is definitely interesting to me. Oh, there you go. So your shot, the velocity of your shots is fairly low, at least with this weapon. Gain experience, leveling up increases one of your stats, digging power, damage, health, or movement speed. Orbs you can find as hidden rewards. Experience orb to continue, okay. perk available. Every 5 levels you can pick up one of many powerful perks. You are now level 5. Notice your character glowing. Open the perk menu and pick the extraction perk to continue. So E is also the perk menu, I guess. I guess it's somewhat context sensitive. Gather juice by destroying juice tiles with your skills. Okay. Make your way to the highlighted area. Alright. Find this kind of smoky fog. Almost seems a little distracting. Oh, that looks weird. Some enemies are highly resistant to certain damage types. Your pistol won't work on these enemies. Roll past the enemies. With dodge roll unlocked, you evade all enemy attacks. Spacebar. You boost your roll by moving. Boost it by moving. Oh, there's a cooldown. Oh, okay, so it shows up here your cooldown. What does it mean, boost your roll? I guess if you don't press a direction, okay. So this is purple. I don't know if that means. Oh, yeah, it does mean something. Apparently, I'm collecting purple stuff. So that's interesting. I have to roll past these guys. Okay, so I just do that, and then there's some kind of something here. Bomb and flamethrower. Middle mouse button to drop a bomb. Right mouse button to use flamethrower. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm immune to it, I guess. that's helpful. Oh, toasty. These guys are kind of durable, I guess. What is this green thing? Oh, okay, this is... I don't know what that one is. Oh, okay, so when you run out of this, there's a cooldown. I don't know what this one down here is, though. Juice crystals. Juice embedded into some rocks. You can dig it out and use it as currency. Collect 200 juice. Your weapons destroy juice unless you have the extraction perk, which I guess I do. So... oh, maybe this? Oh, okay. You can gain more power by purchasing items. Activate this forge and purchase an item. Oh, is that what this is? So I'm guessing that... wait a minute. It says I'm immune. What is this one then? Oh, that's for the flamethrower. So all 3 of these are for the flamethrower, I guess. Maybe it's just whatever's in the slot, I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting to me to have things like this on cooldown rather than like having a certain number of them. So I tend to like that sort of thing because I usually worry about using items, limited items, because you only have a limited amount, and so I tend to like never actually use them. So it's nice to have kind of stuff that's on cooldown and you don't have to worry about running out. You just have to kind of manage how much you use them. So purchase an item. Different items, okay. Trail of fire. Riot gear. Deals 20 damage per second to all enemies within 2.0 tile radius around you. Interesting. Wait. Oh, I have a lot. Can't I just like buy all of these? Beat the tutorial with these. Makes the target bleed for 1 second. After you kill an enemy, item launches an explosive towards the nearest enemy. Explosion deals 20 damage to adjacent enemies. 5.0 second recharge. Interesting. Oh, you can buy multiples. Or you press E to... Oh, okay. So I guess I... Wait a minute. Why does it say not enough juice essence? Why does it say 10 and then it's grayed out? Is it a different type? Because it's like silver instead of purple? I thought it was... At first I thought it was that it was just being grayed out, which is why it looks like this kind of silvery color, but maybe it's a different type. Oh, it does say next level. So I guess that's what I got. I got level 2 on these. X2 out of 3. Okay. Right. You can't stay in a stage forever. As the threat bar fills up slowly, special enemies start spawning faster and faster. Okay, so you have a time element. Kill the mother worm and wormlings. Alright, so what is up? Oh. Find the teleporter. So one thing I'm noticing, there's a lot going on visually. And not really... Oh. There's a lot of effects, kind of these flashy effects, and a lot of detail in everything. It seems like everything is kind of fighting equally for your attention. So I generally like to see, you know, things that are less important or just cosmetic don't kind of steal your attention away from the stuff that is important, which should stand out. Alright. So yeah, that's kind of what... Alright, game difficulty. I guess we're gonna stick with normal, probably. Intended Gerty experience. Interesting. And a key to continue. Commando's bombs are excellent for destroying tough terrain. Find the teleport. Alright, so I guess we're playing for real this time. We have to kind of try and be quick because there's this meter going on up here. I don't have a lot of vision range. Oh my gosh, no. Wow. So that was unexpected. Alright, is there a pause button? Alright, it kind of covers up the screen though, unfortunately. So I like to stop and talk about things sometimes. So yeah, it seems like you're... Oh, I guess you see a little further in the direction you're aiming the weapon, but... Alright, so yeah, you don't have a lot of vision, and in that case I died almost instantly. Which seemed like it was largely because I couldn't really... Ouch, where is my health even? I don't know what my health is. Oh, this right here? So yeah, if I'm getting killed by enemies that attack that I can't see, that like just appear behind me or something, that can be pretty frustrating. I'm hearing rumblies. Oh my gosh, there's so many things. Like there was nothing and then I just walked in there and it was like so many enemies all of a sudden. Gosh, that guy's strong. That hurt. Alright, so... Oh yeah, the spacebar is this thing. That's quite a long cooldown on it though. So I'll have to try to manage that. See, what do you do when you get in these... Seems like there's so many really narrow kind of dead ends and stuff you end up in because of this dig mechanic. Oh, these guys go right through. Oh gosh, I thought that guy was gonna die a lot faster. I don't know if they have like hit stun or anything. Maybe different weapons. Alright, threat moderate. See, I'm taking my time here because I'm trying to talk about things and stuff like that, but so I ran out of flamethrower juice there. I had to wait for that. I don't know how this recharges. Oh, that thing shoots at me. That was some inanimate object here. Alright, so yeah, unfortunately, like I kind of want to take my time to kind of get more accustomed to things and like experiment with things and talk about things, but there's like this looming threat of of this timer that's going down that's gonna end up being bad news here. So, oh, that's a chest, and this is utility forge. Right, so increases the area illuminated around you, so that's helpful. How much do I have? Okay. Reveals all juice tiles in the stage. Reveals all important objects in the stage. Interesting. So presumably these are just per level or stage that you're gonna get these, I'm guessing. So I should be able to see a little further. So yeah, this looming threat meter, I kind of almost don't want to start worrying about talking about things. For goodness sake, that guy came right behind me. He was basically on top of me before I could see him, so... Oh my gosh. I forgot again about the dodge, so I haven't really been using the dodge. A reward has appeared. Okay, so I have these perks that I haven't been using, I guess. 2 perks available. Plasma repeater, projectile speed. Oh, I haven't used the bomb either. So there's a lot of mechanics kind of thrown at you all at once here, so... I guess being a roguelite, it's not really meant to be a linear experience, I suppose, so... I guess it kind of makes sense that you're going to be a little overwhelmed the first few times you play it, for that reason. Okay. So I guess I can choose any of these. Flamethrower and plasma repeater burn affects damage per second by 100%, but reduces effect duration by 50%. So I guess it does. Okay, it's called quick burn. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, and it unlocks, I guess, further perks or something, maybe? Oh. Oh, okay. So these are at the top. Oh, okay. The scroll bar is moving the selector. So that seems a little weird. Because I can move the selected thing by mousing over it. But if I just want to move this, I'd expect the scroll wheel would just move this instead of moving the actual selected thing like that. So that's a little counterintuitive to me, but it's not a huge deal. It just kind of gets weird when you're... Like, if I just want to scroll to the top, I just kind of like flick the wheel up, but then it kind of bounces back and forth a few times. Okay. And I need to be a certain level to get these, I guess. Alright. Couldn't really tell there were rocks in the way here. Oops. Keep saying not enough juice, I don't know why. Oh, because of this that I'm in proximity of. Alright, so that's the edge of the level. The threat level is high. There's a sparkly thing over here. What is my objective here? Did I miss that part? Here's some purple stuff. I need more baddies. What do I do to, like, leave the level? Open stat forge. Unlock juice. Increases your digging power. Interesting. After you take damage, item increases damage you deal by 30% for 1.5 seconds. Alright. Okay, so lots of stuff spawning in. Oh gosh, see, I don't like it when they come behind you because you don't have like hardly any vision back there. Gosh. At some point I got more health. I don't know how that works. Okay, so it's recharging over time. That's... Man, these guys spawn a lot of those little guys. So yeah, the maxed out threat level, it seemed like it... Oh, the cooldown. I gotta use the dodge, don't I? Seems like once it hits max, then we get a lot more stuff, like, really fast. Well, I'm gonna die here. Yeah, so I don't know what the objective is. It might have been explained and I just completely forgot, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Find the teleporter, okay. Well, that's good to know. Okay, so I'm supposed to find the teleporter. Interesting. So yeah, I want to say I have to pause this so I can actually talk for a minute here. So yeah, it seems to me like the action elements kind of feel more like almost like they're kind of designed for a little bit more open spaces, because everything is like extremely claustrophobic in this game, which is not to say that it's bad being claustrophobic. I think it's actually kind of interesting, but at the same time, being an omnidirectional shooter and having enemies coming from any direction, and when you get like backed into it's like a little narrow corridor type thing and you're just shooting and there's just like enemies streaming in at you, hopefully you can kill them all, but if you can't, they just kind of overrun you and you don't really have options to like kite them or run away or anything like that. So it kind of almost feels like the way the action is designed is kind of not really fitting in with just how narrow everything is. I guess in theory, if I like took the time to dig out like a big area and then that sort of thing, then maybe that would help, but I don't. There's the time element, so that doesn't seem very viable. HP full. What does that mean to imply that this is just going to give me health if I open this? Plus 30 health, okay. So I'm going to assume that red means it's a health chest. It's kind of counterintuitive because I expect a chest to like hold an item or something, but... So there's a lot of these guys that spawn the little things. Why did I get +4 movement or something? I don't know where that came from just now. There's a lot of these enemies that spawn the little guys, and when you're talking about enemies that like spawn other enemies, generally there's kind of, it has the potential to get pretty overwhelming pretty fast. Activate teleporter. So if I do that, does it end the level then? Reach stage 2. Okay, so that just ends the level. But yeah, I would just be careful about the amount of enemies that spawn other enemies, just because the little spawned enemies just have a tendency to just get really overwhelming, and it can just kind of feel bad if you end up with too many of these. So I guess that's telling me I have a perk. I do like that you have recharging health in this game, because it seems like it's hard to really consistently avoid damage. So that seems like a good choice. Alright, so these are going to be the same as before. I think this is good because I use that a lot. So I have to try and get used to using like the dodge and the bomb and stuff like that. Because I think it's just free to... Ooh, suddenly there's dudes. Enemies inbound, why? Okay, there's red stuff going on over here. What is this? I don't know what that is. That guy has a projectile. It seemed to hurt me. It's a little hard to tell with... What is that? Did he have like a bomb strapped on him? 2 runes left. Why are there runes now? Am I supposed to find teleporter powering up? Where are these little bomb things coming from? So it's hard to see some of these little projectiles and stuff that again, I guess, are coming from enemies. Enemies inbound. What is this then? Oh, it's just money. This would be health then, right? Holy cow, why is there so many all of a sudden? I think I had some flamethrower there. Open defense forge. Item heals you for 1 health. After you take damage, item drops... call drops? Item drops call drops to a 4-tile wide area lasting 4 seconds. I don't know what call drops are, but... enemies walking on the call drops are slowed by 30%. Okay. And after you deal damage, item heals you for 1% of the damage dealt. So this one kind of sounds good to me. I guess it's only 1 health, but 1% of the damage. See, I don't know what the number amounts to because I'm not familiar with like what my weapons are putting out for damage or anything like that. But this one costs the most. If nothing else, this one appears to heal you more if you're killing like the smaller enemies because there's more of them and they're small. Apparently it's just 1% of all damage you deal, so... I'm just gonna get that one. So it seems like it's maybe the most powerful. I don't know. Enemies inbound again. So what are these? Oh, that's where the freaking enemies are coming from. Well, that's not great. So instead I was killed by Lobber Bomber. I can kind of see the text here. These guys seem to have these bombs that are really kind of hard to see or react to or anything. So it can definitely be a little bit Oh, see, this kind of thing, there's nothing Well, I guess you do have the dodge. I forget about the dodge, but even that has its limitations. So I'm already at like 40 health, and I just kind of, like, I was just playing normally, and all of a sudden these enemies just streaming behind me. I don't really know what to do about that kind of situation. This guy wants to. Oh, there's a. What the heck? And I can't. Alright. See, I have to choose like between digging and shooting, and I kind of need to. There's no other way to get through these. Where's my reticle to shoot? Oof. Oh, what? Reward disappeared. What is going on? I don't know. There's so much visual detail and flashiness that's crammed into a really small space here, so it's hard to make sense of it all. So I got another perk. That one seems to make a big difference. Phew. Alright, so there's a thing over here. The guy's shooting at me before I even have line of sight with him. And it's hard to tell. There's a little thing right there that I was trying to walk against, and I couldn't really tell that there was something there blocking me. Ouch. Oh, there's too much going on. Oh crap. Alright, it's a perk orb. 10 projectiles and bombs, which I haven't been using. Quick burn present. Every time you do a dodge roll, which I should probably be doing. Just get that one then. Don't know what that was. Oh, come on. Alright, thank goodness for health recharging. Oh no. So I guess that's digging speed increased here. These guys that spawn all those little enemies, they just make your life hell as long as they're here. Where did that guy even come from? We survived. Alright, find the teleporter. Alright, oh, where did this guy come from? Is that smoke or something? It looked like he shot like a rock, but it kind of blended into the background a lot, I noticed. This guy explodes, apparently. Ouch. That wasn't great. Well, the digging mechanic, I have to say, is really interesting. At least in the sense that it's unique. It's not something I've seen before, so... What is that? 2 runes left. Kinda hurt, I think. So something's digging right here, I can see. Oh, there's more. How was I supposed to avoid that? That was like the whole area. I guess you probably get like iframes if you dodge like this. Oh, did that hurt me or did it? Oh my gosh, it's hurting me. That wasn't great. Alright, so I was not expecting my own bomb things to hurt me. Now, if I just drop a regular bomb... Oh, it does hurt me. I guess it just made it like in the tutorial so it didn't hurt you? Kind of gave me the wrong impression. Because I thought it just didn't hurt you ever. So yeah, that's a thing. Here's some money to... Oh, come on! What am I supposed to do? I was just trying to dig through here. Now, is there some other kind of menu or something I can look at what I... like my inventory or what I have for perks or whatever? I don't know if that's a thing. What was... Oh, did I just get the perk? The perk just looks like an explosion, so it like makes me think I'm gonna take damage or something. It's kind of misleading or something. Alright, I guess we need this again. So I don't know if there's anything that remains between stages. On the other hand, I don't know if I'm just restarting it, like the whole game every time I die, which would be kind of in line with roguelites, of course. This is a nasty situation. I'm just kind of not really aware of what's going on so much, I guess. Definitely feels like the roll has got quite a long cooldown on it, too. Right, that guy's gonna keep spawning things until I kill him. Kind of hard to see that shot because my shots were kind of covering it up. Alright, perks again. Bomb explosions, which I should use more. Let's go ahead and do quick burn since I use that a lot. Alright, activate teleporter. So yeah, did I just go back to... Alright, World 1, 2, so I must have gone... When you die, you must go back to the first level. Should be expected, but... Health, and this one is... Oh, there's a silver ore type thing. I have no idea what the runes do. I don't know how to fill this up. I guess maybe only this one recharges and then... I forget you can't actually stop in this game because there's a timer. Holy cow, I'm stuck. How did I get stuck? That smoke is annoying. Right, this purple stuff. I should try and use my bombs. Probably help me. Oh my gosh. For goodness sake, I can't see. So I'm not a fan of these smoke things. It's just like making the game harder to play. I understand it's like an intended element of making the game challenging, but it's, in my opinion, not very fun if you can't see what you're doing anymore. Increases flamethrower damage by 100%, but increases fuel consumption. Okay. Increases fuel capacity by 30%. What is this? Change to light enemies on fire to 100%, barring resistances, so... Go with this one then. Defense Forge. Deal damage. Enemy. So this slows enemies after you take damage. Guess we'll go with this one. Get this guy out of here. Ouch, why are there blue things? Oh my gosh, where'd all these guys come from? Holy moly. So I can go back to this whenever I want to. Now it's E to open it, but you have to like click on exit. It'd be nice if you could just hit E again to go out of it again, so it's just the same button. Alright, the teleporter's here. Oh, they explode. So in theory, if I know where it is, I can like go through the rest of the level and try and get as much stuff as I want. This is just gonna fill up this area with these little guys. Oh, that guy died. So I imagine once you've been playing for a while, as in, like if you get further and further, like your abilities are going to get better, so you're going to be digging a lot faster probably. So I wonder how that would change the dynamics to be able to dig a lot faster in these levels. So it definitely holds you back a lot to have, you just don't have much area to move around in and stuff, so. So the threat level's getting up there. Press escape to skip cutscenes. Oh, survive, huh? Whoa, there's freaking bullets coming at me. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, they're coming from everywhere. This is a lot to handle all at once. Enemies inbound. Whoa. Teleporter powering up. Oh, so I can go around here. Kind of gave me the impression that I was just supposed to like stand in that little circle. Oh my gosh. And try not to die. Holy crap. Alright. Item increases damage you deal by 30%. So I think this is one of these enemy spawners, right? So I don't want to like be near those when they spawn. Enemies inbound. Teleporter powering up. So yeah, it seems like the... Holy crap. Oh, there's so many. So it seems like the objective for the stage kind of flashes at the beginning, but apart from that, it's like it's almost not entirely all that clear. I think I'm just supposed to wait. It looks like this thing is lighting up, so I guess I'm just supposed to wait for this thing to finish. Perks. Ooh. Total damage is increased by 10%. Okay, so it makes it more of a burst fire thing, but the total damage doesn't increase very much. Alright, the teleporter's active. Does that mean I can do whatever I want here now? Like, enemies are still spawning, but there's not like a threat meter like there was before, so I don't know how that works. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of enemies though, holy crap. I guess I'll go ahead and go in here. Defeat the enemy commander, okay. Holy moly. Someone's right here. Oh, he's huge! What? That thing is massive. What do I do? I'm like stuck in here. Holy cow. Alright, so yeah, you can die really fast if there's a lot of enemies, apparently. See, I don't know what I could have done about that. Even like trying to use the dodge, there were just so many enemies that I just kind of ended up dodging into the middle of them because there wasn't any room to dodge safely too. Unlocks are available. Oh, so I guess this kind of adds them into the runs or something, right? Well, this was already in there. So these are the ones that are already unlocked, I guess, and this is disabled in demo. I guess this just isn't working in the demo. It's interesting. Anyways. Achievements. Okay. It's just some information, I guess, about challenges. Got rewards. Alright. Guess there's nothing else I can do now. Except start over. There's a co-op mode. Unlockables is what I was just looking at. Alright, so this is pretty interesting. I think the things that stood out to me the most are I mean, in general, it's really interesting that the whole concept with the digging and there's a lot of interesting items and upgrades and stuff you can get, so that's good for roguelites. But yeah, the things that stood out to me the most, I think, were the fact that the visual design is really quite noisy in a sense. There's just so much detail and everything is kind of fighting for your attention, and there's not much visual clarity, I guess is the best way to put it. So I think that could be improved upon a lot in this case. It's really quite hard to... I guess everything isn't as intelligible as I would like it to be, so that's one thing I would point out. And the other thing is that just kind of the action in general, it definitely feels like it's kind of crammed into these narrow spaces where it doesn't work as well, at least with the current design. All the enemies and stuff are really fast, and they become overwhelming very rapidly, so even with like a dodge move, which should be pretty strong, and I didn't use it as much as I should, but that doesn't really seem to work that great in at least a lot of situations. So it's kind of like it's almost not enough, I would say. So that's kind of an interesting problem, but that's kind of how it feels to me. So definitely feels kind of a bit out of control, I guess, in that sense. You definitely get ambushed by enemies a lot, and it gets really crazy. So that being said, yeah, there's a lot of really cool elements, and it's definitely an intriguing design. So hopefully this feedback was useful for you. I don't know if I can think of anything else. I think I probably forgot it by now if there's anything else I wanted to say. But yeah, hopefully this is useful, and I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video, but let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one.